to have a power hitter that is DHing and putting up numbers in the playoffs like that, I'm keeping him on the roster, okay? If you look at Aaron Judge right now, if he's a full-time DH, and go look at Aaron Judge's numbers when he is DHing, it's not good. He's better in the field, okay? Just go look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. To me right now, I understand everybody wants Juan Soto. I know there was, and I want to give a shout out to Kevin. He sent me like an Instagram video on, they asked a bunch of fans out there, if you could get Juan Soto to sign a 10-year deal worth about, I don't know, $600 million, and that would give you would have to give Daniel Jones the same contract, would you do it? And I would say half of them said yes, and most of them said no. Okay. So the fact is right now, Juan Soto's the big name right now on the market. Is Juan Soto the missing piece for this team to win a World Series? The answer is no, because he was on this roster going all the way into the World Series. He's a great player. Juan Soto's sensational, but I'm not paying Juan Soto $600 million. I'm just not. Now we're hearing numbers between 550 to 600. If that's the case, let him go. Let him go to the Mets. Maybe that's best off. The Mets right now have guys like Pete Alonso that they have to pay. Now, if you bring Pete Alonso back and get Juan Soto, Pete Alonso is a future DH. The Yankees are in the same predicament as the Mets will be. So, I mean, it doesn't make sense why anybody would think getting rid of Giancarlo Stanton, and by the way, he has a no-trade clause. He's going nowhere. The only place he would go is the Dodgers, and the Dodgers aren't making a move for him because they need some infield help. So that's not happening, okay? As far as I'm concerned right now, and where the Yankees are stationed, and by the way, Salicott is a complete moron. And yes, if you're listening, Sal, you are a complete jackass because of all the selfish, stupid things that you said over the years on social media and screaming at the fans when they call you dumb show. All right? Overnight and now the midday show. The fact is right now, this is not, Giancarlo Stanton is not the answer on moving right now. Here's the answer. Do not sign Gleyber Torres. Bring in a younger second baseman or bring in a middle-aged third baseman, as far as I'm concerned. Get that first base filled, and then you could decide what you're doing at third base. You could decide what you're doing at first base. Do you keep Birdie there, or you decide, hey, you're going to bring in a veteran guy to play at that position and try to spread out the offensive side of the ball. Now, if you bring back Giancarlo Stanton or even Juan Soto, the Yankees are still going to be looking to spend more money. Those are the facts. I know the Yankees want to bring Juan Soto back. I know people are saying that Juan Soto is the answer this offseason. He's not. He's not the answer because they didn't win with him last year. They're not going to win with him this year. And they need some pitching. They need to fill in some of those pitching spots. They need to bring in some relief pitching. Their relief pitching got tired at the end of the season, and they need another starter. They don't need a top-end starter. They need a guy that you could fit in the 4-hole, in the 3rd hole. Nestor Cortez is done, okay? I'm just speaking the truth. Nasty Nestor, he's not the same player he was 2 years ago. He's coming back from multiple injuries. To me, he's a 5th or 6th starter at best. They need to find a good 4th or 3rd guy. Now, you have Clark Schmidt. He's proven to be a good pitcher. Maybe he's your 3rd guy. Well, you need a guy. You have to bring in a competent 4th guy. That's where the Yankees go. They need to bring in some infield help. Young, make a trade. Don't go into your pockets and make any drastic moves. You're going to have to spend on 3rd. You're going to have to spend on 1st. But right now, and you know this, Jabba, over the years, especially over the last couple of years, 3rd basemen are not really making a lot of money. I mean, just go look. There was one guy from the Boston Red Sox that made a lot of money. Besides that, name me another 3rd baseman that's making, $40 million. There is none. And Bregman's not Machado. I'm sorry?
Manny Machado.
Yeah, but he's back and forth as a DH and a 3rd baseman. And Manny Machado is a future DH now. I mean, how many years?
Matt Chapman. He's close.
Chapman? Is he making $40 million?
No, it's close. Just signed the extension.
Okay. Oh, did he sign an extension? But you know what I mean. There's not many 3rd basemen making 40 and over. You can get a competent 3rd baseman right now. if you want to move Jazz or Jazzy Chisholm at second base, you need to fill in that first and that third. You're not bringing, I do not, it's going to be a long shot for the Yankees to bring back Juan Soto. You heard that Brian Cashman was over there in the winter meetings talking about Pete Alonso. Here's the thing. If they strike out on Juan Soto, I said this, Speedy, did I not say this? The Yankees are going to go heavily after Pete Alonso.
Yeah, you did.
I do believe that because Pete Alonso is not going to be as expensive. Now, he's not a great defensive player, but he adds power to that lineup, and he can hit in the playoffs. He's proven to hit in the playoffs for the New York Mets. I could see the Yankees. You scratch one, you're paying a guy $200 million instead of $6 million. The Yankees benefit off of that, and they get the offense that they need from that position. That makes more sense than going out there and saying, we're going to trade our best offensive option in the playoffs for the last 3 years. Doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. And he's getting for $25 million for a power hitter right now. If he could stay healthy, that's cheap. That's cheap. So I Licata, you're an idiot. You sound like a moron.
He has no trade clause, so he can he
Right.
dictates what he wants to do. So yeah, it's just nothing you can do. You're gonna free up some money to get a guy like, I know he's older and he's had some injury issues, but he's pitched great in the postseason, like a Nathan Eovaldi.
Yeah.
And Walker Buehler's had injuries. He's 30. I think coming off what he did, there's a lot of guys that could fit that 3-4 role that have done it that aren't going to cost you a butt ton. So yeah, you're not getting rid of Stanton. Like I would trade him. Well, how about you educate yourself before you run your mouth and be like, well, you can't trade him because he has a no trade clause, you jackass. Like, if you're going to talk about it, at least be coherent and understand that they can't. Like, they can't. It's not like he has, no trade except to these. No, he has a full no trade clause. Right. And when I read that this after we figured out what we were doing, and I saw somebody said something on Twitter, and I was like, what? And I was like, this makes no sense, because I was like, where did this come from? So yeah, it doesn't make sense. First baseman, I think you signed Christian Walker. I mean,
that's a good one.
I think Goldie. I love Goldie. Great dude, great approach, but I think you can get Christian Walker cheaper. He's younger, not as great a fielder, but I still
love this year though.
Yeah, he did, and I think that's like his 4th or 5th one.
No, Walker won a Gold Glove this year, I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Goldie has like 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So yeah, you get some of those mid-level guys, and it's been said before on many shows, including ours, where you got to have superstars, but you got to have role players too. You got to have guys step up. And so if you can get some of those guys, those mid-tier, and save some money because you're freeing up some money, then you find one of those guys. And so it'll be interesting. I think it was asinine that he even said, they need to trade Stan to free up. No, he's going to get hurt in the regular season. Yes, we know. We get it. It happens. But he's still going to hit and continually hit in the playoffs, and that's the goal at the end of the year. So just don't listen to these idiots, people.